And we are back with more Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin. Last time we left off, we have gotten the Ash Dragon something, which does something in the main game, but for our main importance right now, if that makes any sense. Yeah, I might have hit a button there. There we go. But, for our sake though, it unlocks the last of the DLC bosses that we need to take down. Which is basically over here in the Broom Tower. Once we have this down, I'm going with the pretty safe assumption it seems to be that each DLC has 3 bosses. We took down 3 in the Sunken Crown of the Sunken King DLC. We took down 3 in the Crown of the Ivory King DLC. We've taken down 2 in the Crown of the Old Iron King DLC. So this is the last obstacle before us. We can hopefully make some progress here, and then, yeah, in theory, we can then beat the game. Like, I'm hoping we can do it today, but I said that last time, and I might have said it the time before that as well, so I might be full of it. But ideally, we can maybe try beating things today. We'll see how it all goes in the end. And alright, we last left off with the Explodey Ring, which still might be worth our while. To a degree. Like, ideally, we don't take damage, so I could see it being argued that we might want... I wonder how much damage this does exactly. When damage is taken, the ring retaliates. Like, is that better or worse than the Exploding Sun Ring? Now we can get some strength. Magic attack is tempting. Lowering equipped load increases physical attack. I would assume that's proportional. Let's not do surprises. Let's not... Sometimes deflect spells. Not all the time. Sometimes. I don't think enemy stamina is a big factor here. Not that. Honestly, I think the shortened spellcasting might be one of the better ones to go for. The Stone Ring as well could also be pretty useful here. Well, I'll actually try the Stone Ring for a bit, since we are using our mace. And I guess since we're just starting off, for our first round, let's go ahead and pop an effigy. Alright, let's heal back up to full. Alright, yet again into the memories. I know it's technically a repeat cutscene, but yeah, I figured it's the first time for today, so it's okay letting it play out once. Alright. Summon 1. Taking another peek around, it's like, come on, could there be other summons maybe available? Help me cheese this fight, get it out of the way. Take us home, finish the game. Hello. But okay, does not seem to be the case. Alright, so we're gonna take this nice and slow yet again. Surprised that it didn't interrupt the opponent's like stance, given where we have the Stone Ring. Dang it! Invincibility in. Oh, wow, okay. Ah, the exploding fire from behind me, too. Oh, that was a bit of a waste of an effigy. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. I guess we're gonna try this without allies for right now. Honestly, it does give me a bit of time to rethink the stone ring. I was kind of hoping for maybe a bit more, but maybe the weapons I have aren't really set up for staggering. Physical attack could be good, but I mean at that point we might as well go with the sorcery one. Although the downside of the sorcery, the magic attack boost, is that, oh, actually we could do a physical defense, given this guy is all physical. You know? Let's try it. I mean, certainly having extra, like, the ability to take extra hits is not that bad of an idea. Yeah, can't reside within the memory for too long. Dang it. Let's really stab you in the back. Yeah, let's see if I can't. There we go. Bit more lag than I was hoping for. I guess I should drink. Not exactly what I was hoping for while drinking. Come on. So what have we got? Okay, a Lone Knight armor. Okay, human effigy, skeptic spice. We know that that's not really any amount of souls. Here. There's iframes in. Alright, take care of this guy. Okay, a Lone Knight Gauntlet. Probably take a drink here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Gotta say, I'm kind of liking the increased physical defense here. Okay, fall on down. Alright, try to lure one of these guys in here. Okay. Dang it. I'm so lucky the other one did not join. Might need the drink again, but... Okay, where did you go, other guy? Ouch. This is why it might be better still to run through some of these sections. I am debating effigy, team, all crossbow maybe? Well, no matter what, we know that this is going to take probably the majority of the recording. Probably. Sometimes, basically, when we come back to bosses, we take them down pretty quickly. We actually haven't gotten to the boss this time around. Okay. Back into the memory. Back with these. And this time we'll take out the crossbow bolt. Wonder why they took out a little bag and, like, had it shatter. Definitely not as much damage as I would be hoping for. Maybe whips would be better here. So I guess first... poison, though. Okay, good. There we go. And we can get this item here, rusted coin. Go. Squish, squish. One thing I'm curious about is that we did get a pyromancy spell from killing one of the salamanders before, so I wonder... dang, nothing there. Alright, come on out, guy. Whoa. Alright, good. Let's take care of this guy. Actually, what might be better than just a steel protection ring? Okay, so we can't have two of the same. I was hoping. Go for the super regenerating stamina. 2, 3. Dang it. Whew. Take a drink. Trigger this. Okay, so far, not too bad. I don't know where our other guy is. There he is. There we are. As they now block my way forward. Okay, let's try to get them to come visit. Alright, good, good. I'll consider that a relatively fair exchange. Good, did not take damage. Ah, yes, there's another thing I was going to try. I was going to see if miracles can heal party members or not. But not for right now. Alright, two-handed crystal mace. Good. Okay, ouch. Bit of a shame to lose 2 drinks right off the bat, but... One. Two. Okay, good. There. Oh, alright. Didn't realize that. Steel wheel was getting hit so much. Okay, let's try to get his attention. Dang it, Drifter Sword. Don't get hit by that. Okay. Attention. Stamina. Yeah, saw that coming. Dang it. Really, guy. Too good for Drifter Sword. I always have such an issue dodging that. Dang it. Just revel in that damage, why don't I? Yeah, saw that coming. Okay, not too bad, all things considered. I do wonder if it'd be worth it when I'm being targeted to have the shield out and just maybe tank that hit? Yeah, that's physical damage. I know we have a ring that reduces stamina on shield block. There we go. Maybe that could help make the difference here. Alright, attempt number whatever. Let's go. And this time, we're going to go in solo. The big issue will now become actually getting to the boss. Yep, cannot reside within memory for long. Dang it. Okay, theory. No, alright. Okay, strength and good stuff. Dang it. Okay, let's... Alright, that's what I like to see. Yeah. I knew that was going to be game over once he raised it for the poke. I wonder if actually... No, it's like, can we use katanas? We have some katanas, and I did love them before, but they weigh so much nowadays. Like, it's like 16, and I don't know if our... I think it's called the vitality stat for carrying that stuff actually allows us to. And it really does feel like we should just be zipping through. Yep. Alright. Okay, and then over here. Dang it. Okay, good. Okay, swap out our other weapon. Good. Oh, dang it. Not so good. Yeah. Oh boy, knew it was kind of over the moment he drew my blood onto the blade. Yeah, I think it's effigy time again. See? Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, it's like we know these guys aren't susceptible to poison, so our poison dagger doesn't do much, our poison whip doesn't do much. I think the spells are okay for right now. Although... yeah, maybe... actually... well, let's try the Sacred Chime Thingamajig. Attune. Alright, let's try one of the heal spells, see if it doesn't actually heal everybody. Great heal. Oh, I took a... I was like, why am I missing something? And I realized now I took away, Dark Orb. There we go. Oh. Did I not have full, spells allocated, I wonder? And all these definitely take quite a bit. Nah, it's like I doubt Lightning Spear will be that effective. Mid-Force? I mean, stunning them could be effective. Actually, you know what? Let's just put... there we go. Alright. Back into the fray we go. I know the crossbow's not that effective. Blunt seems pretty good. There's no range blunt for the most part, though. I almost kind of wonder... okay, what if I swapped out the whip? You have a couple of, like, Harry-type weapons. Like, yeah, this large club +8. Oof. Does make me start to flop. But I guess we can... maybe we can give it a shot. Alright, trying to remember what this ring was I had here. Oh, yes, for blocking my shield. Feels very Flintstones going on here. Dang it. Maybe that would be the better choice right there. Is this a strat? Just squish him. Okay, drink. Dang it! Flop. Okay, take another drink. Very, very bam bam. Okay, I don't think that's going to be as effective against this guy. Alright, good. Alright. Get in here. Ouch. Okay, and let's try to lure the other guys out. Ouch. There's your drink. There we go. I'll admit to being a bit concerned about bringing this into battle, given flopping is not ideal. Oh yeah, actually, let's, alright, Catalyst. Alright, Ideal. Can I heal you? Technically, yes. Although, I don't think it's worth wielding this. If I unequip it... Alright, now I'm still flopping. Alright. Okay. Crystal up. Dual wield. Good. Use my stamina for a bit. Dang it. Yeah. Me. Screw it. Gonna drink. Of course. That's what gets his attention. Okay. This weapon gone. Jump, swing! Of course, be the brunt of this. Go. Okay, good. seeing him. Of course. Alright, drinking. Okay. Careful here. Okay, good. Yay! Whew, cutting it close with all our health. Soul of Thuralone. Whew. Whew. Always feels good to vanquish a hard foe. Okay. Yeah, I know there's a door behind me over that way, but I was looking to see if there's any, like, a side pass here. Alright. Sir Alone. Okay, normal soul. Soul of Sir Alone, who once served the old Iron King. Sir Alone came from an eastern land and became the king's most trusted knight. Well, simple and concise. And if I recall correctly now... Oh yeah, actually. We can only stay in the memory for so long. Oh, okay. Examine. There we are. Smelter wedge. Yay. So the smelter wedge... I do wonder if I go back inside if it's like... I don't think he would be there again. But okay, let's attune spells. Okay, get rid of the miracle. You know, I gotta say, the Bam Bam Club works surprisingly well. Ooh, still coming down from that high. Alright, we'll do the Great Magic Weapon. Let's go back to Majula to level up. Actually going to put the points into Vitality, see if we can't carry our Bam Bam stick about a bit more.
Bearer of the until hope has...
Alright, level up. Alright, boom. Ugh, can't even do it twice. Let's see. So if I were to quit my Great Club... tiny bit better. I'm kind of wondering. One of these basically has it so... I believe it was... There was a ring to make, like... we could carry more. No, not that. Short spellcasting. Thrust counter, poise. Could have sworn. The third dragon ring. Actually, I think we got this last time. Third dragon ring, a dragon signet ring, grants the bear the protection of dragons, increases HP, stamina, and maximum load, but is easily broken. Okay. Ralmon, Knight of Drangleic, served the king by guarding the fort until his own demise, and was said to have cherished this ring throughout his life of service. Okay. So, a Royal Soldier ring +1 gives us, looks like, more weight carrying. But this would give us other stuff as well. The durability is between 90 and 20, though. That should be okay, right? Let's see. If I were to instead have the Royal Soldier ring, can I roll? Yeah, okay. I'm happy though. Yay! All the DLCs are beat. Now that said, we are not done yet because we have a smelter wedge, so that means we got another Ashen Bride thing to get. Whew. Man, I am glad I beat them. Tempted to try and turn it into a weapon, but okay. That is the soul of Sir Alone. Because I'm guessing it probably makes a pretty cool katana. But it is late in the game. So not gonna worry about that too much. Alright. Use the smelter wedge. There we go. So that should be Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash. That should be 12 of them. Nadalia is no more. True Soul of Nadalia acquired. Oh. Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash, who renounced her flesh and wandered Broom Tower. In the act of dancing, the Bride of Ash was transfigured as smoke, enticing people to her residence, and so her seat of power came to be known as the Broom Tower. Huh. The wondrous soul of this Augur of Solitude can be used to acquire numerous souls or to create something of great worth. Neat. Okay. I know, this is a bit wasteful to use the Age Feather here. I mean, it's not wasteful because the item doesn't go away, but it's a bit lazy because, like, the bonfire is just over here. But okay. Actually, in hindsight, if she's no more, I wonder if her body is still in the, like, the throne way down below here. You know, let's take a look. Real quick. Da-da-da-da. And thankfully we'll just use the feather to get back to the bonfire quickly here. Okay, so her body is still here. So creepy. Okay, teleport back. And then let's check out the boss merchant. Let's see what we can get. So we'll check in with Strayed first. Gotta love how I never actually unlocked the other blacksmith, but shrug, I guess. It's just like some things. Heck, I mean, the name of the game is Scholar of the First Sin. I still don't know what the first sin is, nor the scholar of said first sin. I don't know. Maybe that's a New Game Plus thing.
So, if you bigger.
Alright, trade. Wait, actually. Ooh. Outcry. So, okay, that requires Soul of Nadalia, Bride of Ash. A pyromancy of Nadalia, Bride of Ash spouts multiple dark flames. This child of the dark, bearing inconceivable strength, found herself in a kingless land devoid of souls, and in journeying there, has all but condemned herself to a fate most wretched. Cool. Okay, wait, how much was that again? 45, okay. Yes. Feeble, cursed one, blah 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 blah. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and acquire that real quick here. We'll do, okay. Large Soul of Brave Warrior, how much do you give me? Okay. So if we do 2 of these, we should have enough.
So, if you bigger.
Alright, trade. Wait, wrong one. There we go. Bam, bam.
Feeble, do you
Oop, not mean to do that. Okay, let's go check in with Bird Lady. Let's see what type of katana good old Sir Alone would give us. I'm so happy. All the DLCs are beaten. I know I didn't have to. It was purely my own stubbornness that made made the Dark Souls 2 series here so long, but I mean, that's what I am. Stubborn is stubborn. Alright, come on, spiders. Might as well kill them now so they don't interfere with trying to teleport out later. Oh, here come the warp balls. Lovely spider jumping in my way here. There we go. Okay, don't need the giant club. No. Totally forgot about you. Good. Alright, trade. Ah, Spitfire Spear from the Guardian Dragon Soul. I don't think how this would actually be an item. A spear said to have been forged in Aldea contains the power of a great flame, which is unleashed in a strong attack. The mysterious Lord Aldea secluded himself inside a manor to conduct various experiments. Those invited to the manor disappeared, replaced over time with malformed beasts that roamed its halls. Neat. The Drake Wing Ultra Great Sword, also Guardian Dragon Sword. A sword decorated with drake wings. Use strong attack to unleash its latent power. The blade of this sword is split into two and is best swung in smashing motions rather than slices. Drakes are likely descendants of the ancient dragons. Okay, so they're not... Well, the dragon area is full of drakes, probably not dragons. But some of the bosses were called dragons, so there are dragons. Yeah, drakes are likely descendants of the ancient dragons, and although their strength pales in comparison as to what is described in legends, to mere humans they are still mighty beasts. Okay. There we are, Sir Alone. Bewitched Alone Sword, katana forged from the soul of Sir Alone. The captivating, undulating design serves to enhance this weapon's mystical allure. Alone came from the east, and soon became the Iron King's most trusted knight. When he departed, the old Iron King bequeathed Sir Alone's name to his Iron Warriors. Cool. Wonder if there's multiple of these or not. Probably not. Okay, the Bride of Ash has a weapon. The Chime of Screams. Sacred chime forged from the soul of Vidalia, Bride of Ash. Nothing appears sacred about the frightful design of this chime, but it does have the benefit of raising one's faith. The oozing frozen iron forming the bell seems to anticipate a scream. Good old grimdark description there. That was Velstad Soul. Kinda curious. Okay, so the Butching Alone Sword, basically, that takes 30 dex.
Come again, if it please you.
It does please me. Don't worry, I'm going to crack open the soul of a hero. I think these are 20? 10, okay. Then a Brave Warrior. There we go. Let's go ahead and buy that katana. Even though I can't use it yet. I'm a sucker for it. There we are. Which Alone Sword. Actually, wait, real quick. Okay. So it doesn't seem to have the power of, like, the stab, become bloody, and do extra damage that good old Sir Alone was doing. Alright, let's clear these spiders out. travel. I guess. I mean, there's no reason to really go back to, Majula, so let's go to... I guess the Queen? Either that or the throne room itself. Oh, she does remind me. We should probably have the King's Ring equipped. That will make navigating the castle a bit easier. I guess we can swap out the Ring of Binding for right now. Okay, let's see. I assume the Queen will have something to say. Hello, Queen.
Brave undead. What did that dragon tell you? That thing is a prop. A false deity. Don't be fooled, my undead.
I really don't trust her.
Seek the forest, you, where those wretched giants slumber. Seek the
Huh. Okay. Not the instructions I thought I would be receiving. Okay, with the King's Ring, I should be able to wander around in relative safely. Yeah, safety. Blurred my words there. Oh, I totally forgot about the cursed portrait. So is there an easier way for me to get over this way? I just want to get back to the entrance hall, honestly. Huh. Because this basically would just take me to where I'd warp to anyway. But I thought there was like a drop-down point where I could get back to the main entryway. But maybe not, because I wanted to take a look at the throne first. Or I guess the thrones, plural. It's just over there, but we can't just, like, drop down. Oh, what the? Pilgrim Belclair. No, I'm good right now, Belclair. I want to say, I guess Belclair would be for this boss, but I thought the summon signs disappear when you defeat a boss. That summon sign's kind of attached to. Alright, let's go... Let's see. Yeah, to the King's Gate. Okay, up the ladder. I'll have to take off the King's Ring to get the one guy to activate, which is always the annoying part. Boom, boom. There we go. Then let's put the King's Ring back on. Now, okay, so these doors don't open for me yet, despite the fact I have that ash dragon bone stuff. Should probably remember its proper name here. What is it called again? Wasn't the petrified thingamajig? Ah, here we go. The Ashen Mist Heart, yes. I assume repeat dialogue?
Welcome, visitor. Our guest such tell me
Okay.
the Queen brought peace.
Alright, repeat dialogue. Yeah, we don't need that one. Still very interesting that he, like, sells new stuff now and then. Okay, but nothing seemingly too unique right now. A dagger fixed with a black crystal, found deep inside the gutter in the Black Gulch. Heavier than a standard dagger, but with a fine crystal that gives it a smoother edge. Some of the more determined souls exiled to the gutter sought to scale the walls of the forsaken place and walk the earth once more, but failed and wasted away, mired in misery and resentment. Which, similar description to the other one. Okay.
Gone so soon. Be safe on.
Yes, yes, yes. Now we know that basically in the flashback we're able to interact with that throne behind Sir alone, so... Okay. I can't interact with this. So I guess we will do as the Queen heeds and go to the, that one thing that confused us before, which was the... Like, when we got the King's Ring, we opened up 3 doors. One was Golden Path, one basically was also the Golden Path, and then one was, like, weird, because it was just the sleeping, like, dead tree giant. And if I had to take a guess, we're going to use this thing to enter the memories of the giant and find out what's up with the Queen. All her dirty secrets. Although, that then raises the question of why would she want us to find that out? Alright. Wakey wakey. Or I guess we go sleepy sleepy because we're inside its memory dreams. Yep, memory of Jeg. Okay, one cannot reside in memory for long. Yep, yep. And yeah, okay. This appears to be during the war between the giants and the people, of which the story's okay, well, immediately into a boss fight. Take a drink in case there's another barrage. Yep. Dang it. Alright, further barrages. Do a lot of damage. Okay. Ooh, okay. Giant Lord. Oh, okay, this path gets sealed. Oh, okay, run. Okay, seriously, the random damage from below. Okay. I do wonder how I'm supposed to be avoiding that. Because it's not an insignificant amount of damage. Alright, back in the memory. Okay, so all this is considered essentially a boss room. Dang it, not close enough. Good. Okay. Can I, like, spot where that fire is being shot up from? Not really. Okay, large titanite shard. Let's try... Alright. 1v1 me, bro. Okay, I thought I was gonna dodge that. Ouch. Giant's kinship. Let's get this item over here. Okay, old radiant life gem. Let's keep on taking damage from the... what do you call them? Barrages? Projectiles? Explosions? No. Die. Okay, soul of a giant. Now will this have me exit where I entered or no? Okay. Let's see, what are those items we just got? Okay, well that's a giant soul, which we had others of those before. Here we are, Giant Lord Soul. Soul of the Giant Lord, who once conquered Dren Lake. Vendrick crossed the seas, took prisoner the giants, and brought them back to his castle, clapped in irons. However, after this modest triumph, his countenance could be seen to grow darker with each passing day. Use the special soul of this giant to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. Okay. And then, I guess the other one would be a key item. Yep. Giant's Kinship grants access to the throne room beneath the castle. Each king has his rightful throne, and when he sits upon it, he sees what he chooses to see. Or perhaps it is a throne which shows the king only what he wants. The flames roar, but will only begin to fade, and only a worthy heir might burnish their light. What is it, truly, a claimant of the throne could desire? So I assume this probably causes those, like, golem statue things that look like giants at the Throne of Want to make that bridge to get to that cairn. That's what I'm guessing. But interesting. Okay, each king has his rightful throne, and when he sits upon it, he sees what he chooses to see. Or perhaps it is a throne which shows the king only what he wants. Like, trying to read into the deeper meaning here, because it's like, alright, you know, the dragon was like, to live is to want, desire, stuff like that. Once I'm done all these games, I'm gonna need to like recap all the story and be like, okay, I think I have a rough picture here, but I mean, I didn't even have a complete picture of Dark Souls 1, so.
Bearer of the curse, until
It's like, I beat that game, but I don't fully know exactly what I did or what some people were. It's like, okay. Okay, I guess. Yeah, let's see if we can unlock the katana at the very end. Alright, then go talk to the blacksmith. Alright, reinforce. Okay, we can't reinforce our large club. But what about the katana, I wonder? Okay, we can actually do this at least once. Sure. To buy bolts from him or not? Nah.
I'll be around.
Though, maybe buying some crystals from her. Or rocks, I should say. Can't remember what soul piece was. Inflicts heavy damage on mindless hollows. You know, sure. Just to have it on hand, why not? Okay, so she actually sells satanic chunks now. I didn't realize she actually expands her inventory here. Ooh, even selling petrified dragon bone. Not bad.
Visit me again.
Alright. We have plenty of these, and the hardest fights are, in theory, behind us, so I'm gonna use effigy, because I can. Alright, let's go back to the castle. Let's see what the queen has to say first. I assume she's going to direct us to down below, but I still don't trust that queen. But we tried shooting her before, and that didn't do anything, so... I still wonder about, like, there seems to be a secret access. Ah, she's gone. I have the king's ring. We should be able to check to see if... Because, like, in theory, a pathway would have appeared over here. But no. Okay. I'm also a bit morbidly curious if, like... I keep expecting her picture to change into, like, a monstrous, horrible being. But nope, okay. Okay, no, I'll still try to curse me if I get near it. Alright. We are definitely in endgame now. We should be able to beat it today. I was gonna say the long journey, but technically I think Dragon's Dogma stuff took longer than Dark Souls 2 here. Although it wouldn't have been as bad if not for the DLC, but that kind of goes for Dark Souls as well. Like, Dark Souls would have been, like, 3 episodes shorter had we not done the DLC. Maybe 2 episodes? But okay. Yep. Back to the King's Gate. And I don't think anything would be at the regular throne, because we already checked it. Open for the one true king. So the general vibe is that really kings and monarchs come and go. There is no true king. What up?
My journey is already complete.
It is?
My name is Shanalot. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none. I was born of dragons, contrived by men. By ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed. I did not come out as intended. Fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, Nashandra will come after you, knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul. Put Nashandra to rest.
And she seems to be a creature of the dark, and the dark seems to keep on not wanting an age of light, which if we link the fire, that's what we did in the first game, which assumedly started the cycle again. And I'm wondering if Charlotte here was made by the Bonfire Man, who was the mad scientist experimenter who was trying to defy fate, which I think was part of the group that was researching Drain Life. Definitely gonna need to read a story breakdown after the fact to kind of put all the pieces together. Oh, alright, she got nothing more to say. And I see a fog door having reappeared. Although since we used summon signs previously for a fight down here, I wonder if there'll be summon signs or not. I do kind of like how they summon signs for NPCs kind of, I don't want to say like, kind of half hint slash are indicative. Like there's definitely a connection to greater stories out there. Kind of like some of the summon sign stuff was that noble pirate type cool lady. And she was also an NPC that would meet, and we saw her turn into a red phantom. So it's like, there's definitely a lot of like stuff going on there. Yeah, even like the head of Engril. We came across him finally, and he's just, you know, in the world. Aware that we put his body to rest. Good old Benhart. Don't know what happened to him after the whole, like, we saw him in the castle and then he just kind of vanished, but I do wonder what's up with the dragon doors that never got opened here. But maybe they're for, like, alternate paths in the game. Ooh.
Brave undead. You have proven yourself to me. Be one with the dog.
Oh yeah, so she's a creature of the dark, similar to Manos Hand of the Abyss from the first game's DLC. Oh, they cursed me, okay. Ooh, alright, she does a lot of damage too. Okay, I mean she does take a lot of damage though, so I don't think this is gonna be too difficult of a fight. In fact, still got these 30 plus effigies. I'm not afraid to use them too. And we do have our crossbow equipped. Yeah, good. Although it does remind me, we should probably equip the lightning bows, because I assume her being creature of the dark probably does not like lightning. Charlotte's no longer here. I think I've already messed up her name. It's like I vaguely know something like Shantoto, which I mainly know from Final Fantasy XI and her guest appearances in other games representing Final Fantasy XI. Good old Shantoto. Black Mage extraordinaire. But okay, I think... Let's get the crossbow ready. Keep our distance from her. Have the summon dudes kind of help tank a bit. I think we got this. I'd be shocked if we didn't. Those DLC fights, ugh. We went through things properly. Now we can just have our desserts of easy fights. Alright, A2, you ready? Okay, it's fine damage. Could be better. Yeah, that's actually better damage doing this. And get stamina back. Both of them are taking a good amount of damage, but fine. About to do something. Oh, alright. Poor Ben Hart. Yep, there goes Head of Engril. Okay. Cool. But oh. Alright, doing that again. Nope. Okay, Soul of Chandra. Let's see. Soul of Nashandra, where are you? Soul of Nashandra, Queen of Dranklaic. The fragments of the abyss of untold origin nourish their beings by the sides of would-be monarchs. Perhaps they were simply ordeals on the road to kinghood. One day the flames will fade and only darkness will remain. Unless, of course, an heir arrives. Use the special soul of this prisoner of desire to acquire numerous souls, or to create something of great worth. Okay. So yeah, so basically, the Abyss was slowly corrupting every would-be king? Okay, that's a camera picking that up. I'm kind of curious, like... Okay. So only a path forward. I could have tried pressing against that, but I'm like, oh, okay. Yes, I mainly can see if there's an examine thing. Yeah, well, that says proceed to throne. I guess I can try pushing against this. Okay. Mainly I'm curious because that fog door is like still there, so there another fight? Yep, and they form a little bridge, I assume.
You who link the fire. You who bear the curse. Once the fire is linked, souls will flourish anew, and all of this will play out again. It is your choice to embrace or renounce this. Great Sovereign, take your throne.
I wonder if I'll be immolated again, like in Dark Souls 1?
What lies ahead, only you can see.
No explosion of flame. Hey! We did it! Dark Souls 2 beat! All the DLC's been beat. The game's been beat. Sure, like the other games, there's probably other stuff out there, but I'll take it. A win's a win. We are now clear to move on. Really just in time for spooky season, to Bloodborne. Trying to think, does this mark? No. Bloodborne will be our halfway point through this this journey of ours here. We've gone through Demon Souls, we've gone through Dark Souls, we've gone now through Dark Souls 2. And then we got Bloodborne, then we have Dark Souls 3, then we have Sekiro, and then we're Elden Ring. So we're entering like the, what, 40 to 60%, like, if that can be Bloodborne, so... Climbing this mountain, we're almost at the halfway point. That said, I take it the games are only going to get more and more bulky from here on out. Demon Souls was like a kind of on the smaller side, and then Dark Souls was a bit bigger, but, you know, a single DLC, and then Dark Souls 2 had 3 DLCs. I don't know a whole lot about Bloodborne. I mean, I know that it's massively critically acclaimed. I caught like one picture one time of an undead pig. I got a free shirt one time that has like a doll maiden. That, knowing these games, I assume she's probably gonna be the level up maiden, because that's just seemingly a recurring theme since the Candle Maiden in Demon Souls. Though obviously Dark Souls had the bonfire, but the bonfire was lit by the fire maidens that were keeping those bonfires lit, so you know. But yeah, as for my thoughts on Dark Souls 2, I gotta say, it had its rough spots, don't get me wrong. It wasn't all smooth sailing. But it's probably my favorite so far. Like, Demon Souls definitely had a charm to it. But it was hard as balls. That felt like walking through molasses sometimes. It just... Ooh, that was the type of game I'm glad I beat, but I'm never going to go back to it. Dark Souls 1, it was better. Like, if for nothing else, and, you know, status ailments weren't instant anymore, there's a build-up meter. Because I remember the rats from, like, the Swamp of Sorrow and Demon Souls biting me, and then the run being over. And then in Dark Souls, it's like, okay, not that bad. But Dark Souls definitely still had some warts going on, like those freaking ghosts. I'll always remember the ghosts in the ruins of New Londo. Had a few other basically spotty issues there, like trying to remember some of the other troublesome spots in Dark Souls. Oh yeah, that one closet boss where it's like, he had the two dogs with him, the giant like weird rat guy, where it's like, his boss room was barely a room, it was a very large walk-in closet for a monster of that size. So it got better, but I feel like this is the first game where it's like, I could see myself actually coming back to this game. It had a pretty wide variety of stuff. They definitely toned down the difficulty, but I'm assuming part of that was because they had the whole flame aesthetic thing that I just wasn't using. So I figure if someone wants a harder challenge, that's probably very accessible in this game. I just chose not to engage in that. And I had a better time for it. I mean, I would not say the game was easy. It was easier than its predecessors, but that's not saying much when you're comparing the Demon Souls, and even some of the Dark Souls stuff. Like, I think the baseline game was a bit, for this game, for Dark Souls 2, was a bit, at least without me activating potentially optional stuff like those bonfire aesthetics, a bit lukewarm with like some of the enemy's abilities and the boss's abilities. But I think the DLC definitely had that kick. That DLC definitely felt like a callback to the old Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1 days. And I beat it. I beat all 3 bosses in each one. 9 bosses total. Which does remind me then, was like looking at the box here, why was it called Scholar of the First Sin? I think according to what I read on like the FromSoft like product page, it was like they added a new NPC called the Scholar of the First Sin who can help better explain the story. We never met such an individual. Like I do not know where he was. Maybe he's a New Game Plus thing. I don't know if he's the guy on the cover, because we never found the guy on the cover. But I mean, that's like saying, you know, I never found the guy on the cover of Dark Souls or Demon Souls. It's like, well, I actually can't remember right now. Yeah, no, Demon Souls and Dark Souls, like, that's just you. So maybe this guy on the cover of Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, is supposed to be me? Because it is a very, like, generic knight with, like, a shadowy hood. But yeah, given that I went into this game kind of expecting it to be kind of shit, like, from what I was told by at least my main Souls-loving friend, where he's just like, skip it, do yourself a favor, stay away from it. It's not that good. If anything, it might be bad. Heck, I mean, I was told by multiple people, it's like, don't play any of the Dark Souls games, just go Bloodborne and Elden Ring and call it a day. But, I don't know, I don't think that's fair. I've been enjoying this journey. I do feel a bit bad, the journey is probably going to take like a year long of my channel. But I do have potential plans in the work to maybe try and splice in some other game series, because, boy, going from both Dragon's Dogmas into this climbed Elden Ring, I am not a grimdark gamer specifically. Like, the current plan is that after, this is sneak preview for the distant future, if I'm even still alive by then, after Elden Ring, I want to do Princess Peach's Showtime. So it's like, we're going to be jumping off that cliff and going back into some casual dumb fun. Heck, there's even a few other ones out there that I'm kind of like, I do wonder if I should do this on the channel or not. Because I want to do Fire Emblem Three Houses at some point, but I don't know. There's a lot of resetting involved in Fire Emblem. But I mean, I've been debating on maybe uploading his videos less raw, maybe kind of like paring them down, because, well, some of these videos are basically just me fighting the boss 20 times, and that's 3 hours worth of content. Not the best, but the reason I do that is because I remember having to look up some like research for some older games at one point in my life. And like so many videos of like stuff I was looking up for some of the particular games I was looking into, it was all like perfect footage, like no mistakes, all flawless. Watch me just, you know, totally curb stomp this boss. And I'm like, I need to look at this boss's attacks. Like, please, just take a hit. Do it for me, the viewer. And that's why I kind of like to keep this stuff as raw as possible. even though I know I don't hit everything in the game. But that is neither here nor there. That is a complete tangent. But yeah, overall, Dark Souls 2, specifically Scholar of the First Sin, given that the product page from FromSoft about this game was like touted rebalancing, and I believe my friend never played Scholar of the First Sin edition, maybe Dark Souls 2 Vanilla is just not a good game. So in that case, Scholar of the First Sin, recommendation, thumbs up. It's not perfect. I mean, obviously, it's one of those, like, if you like the Souls games, which is a huge asterisk, and even then, in the modern day and age, judging by these games getting better, that, like, I enjoy Dark Souls more than Demon Souls, I enjoy Dark Souls 2 more than Dark Souls, I assume it's just better and better, and given that at the end of this road is Elden Ring, an argument could be made of just, like, just play Elden Ring. But I guess if you play Elden Ring and you're still hungry for stuff like this, Dark Souls 2. It's not a bad choice. Scholar of the First Sin edition. And where are we? Any post-credit stuff here, huh? Huh? Oh. Honestly, I expected it to kind of be like Demon Souls, and I think Dark Souls did it as well. Yeah, Dark Souls did do it, where, like, we would start at the very, very beginning. Oh, so I could have done the DLC after the main game all along. Heh, whoopsie. Oh well, that's fine. It's fine. Anything to say? No. All right, I guess I'll level up. Nope, can't get the katana. I mean, or can I? We're done the game. But let's go ahead and basically Soul of a Great Hero. And then, you know what? And Souls of the Heroes too. Again. And this one.
Bearer until
I just want to end the game with my cool katana. There we go. The cool katana that I did not use whatsoever. Alright. I guess we can swap out the large club. Where are you, katana? There. Bewitched alone sword. Let's stand away from NPCs so don't accidentally kill somebody. Yeah. This definitely seems to be the type of katana that's more of the... I can't remember what they're called in Japanese, but it's like essentially back in the day it was used for killing horses. Like, warriors coming at you on horseback, that is. I mean, that's still killing the horse, but, you know, they're not going out hunting horses, is my point. Can still do my roll. I do wonder. Well, actually, okay, we're gonna do two last things here.
bearer of until
Let's see.
for when the undead dies.
No, sorry, she got no new dialogue. The last thing we'll do is we'll see if the other side of the monument, maybe the writing has like reappeared now. Does it have anything to say?
I will always be here, watching over you.
Gotta love the token depressed guy
And peace.
in the hub. All these games have so far. Alright, the letters are still worn beyond recognition. But alright! Whew! Whew, whew, whew. How are we on time? Not bad. We're about like half an episode of length. Kind of redeems the fact that I thought last episode would be the last one and it totally wasn't. But, yep. That was Dark Souls 2, everybody. next time, we're going to be starting at Bloodborne, and yeah, I'm very excited about that, given... Boy, like, you hear all the praise for Bloodborne, including to the modern day, a lot of people being like, come on, Sony, re-release it on modern consoles. I have been warned. That is like the one thing where it's like, I'm looking forward to Bloodborne, but my soul's living friend, he's like, heads up, it's 30 frames a second. And it's never gotten a patch to ever uncap that. And I guess all the other games I'm going through and will be going through both after and before Bloodborne are not that. So it's going to be like the one game that's going to have different timing. So that's going to be interesting. We'll find out how that goes. But that is for then. This was Now. This was Dark Souls 2. And yeah, until next time, later.